Help Center. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Yo, yo, yo. What is up, everybody? Kaplan and Crew. Just the crew today. Again. I actually don't know where Scott is today, but he'll be back tomorrow, I think. He just sent me a text that he might be back tomorrow. I don't know. Either way, it's just the crew. Alex Padilla, John Browner, Jason Lawhead, the Kaplan and Crew show, right here, 3 o'clock, like we are every single day. Brought to you by 7 Mile Casino, just minutes away from downtown San Diego. Just minutes away from downtown San Diego, with all your favorite table games. And now a Sammy's restaurant and bar where you can get yourself an espresso martini that is this close. I'm telling you, it is this close to being called the Browner. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. And there might be drinks named after all three of us soon. That's the way that this is going. But for now, it's just the espresso martini you can get. And amongst other bunch of stuff at Sammy's restaurant and bar at the 7 Mile Casino. Remember, it's just for fun. So if you have any problems, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Jason Browner,
what's up?
How are we doing today?
Good.
Solid. Oh, I was gonna say great. All right.
I didn't know. I wanted to take my pause, see if Browner was gonna jump in. So yeah, solid. I'm solid right now. I think I'm frozen on the screen, but I'm solid.
Okay.
Yeah,
you are frozen on the screen. So if you want to come back and leave the room and come back, do that while Browner says what's up.
What does it say about you if you get an F on your report card? Listen. I love this. I love this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Sometimes the NFL just gives you a gem in the off season, and they gave us one with these report cards. I know we're going to talk about it. I can't wait to get to it. We have an entry. I don't know if Alex has the logo, but we have a Great Friends Chatelain shirt entry into the challenge that I issued. So shout out to you know who. We'll get to that person later as well. So today's good, man. I survived the win from yesterday. My lips are a little worse for wear, but this will be all right. I'll rebound, get a little licking. So if you see me, applying a little extra liquid to them, then now you know why. But the win yesterday was scary. We don't really get that here. And every now and then something happens in San Diego where you're like, what's going on here? Yesterday was one of those days. It was so windy everywhere. Trees were down. I was on a freeway around to like 4. My car, and you know it, is old. It was
questionable.
That's a better word. It's questionable. It was swaying. It was windy in all parts of San Diego. So if you survived that without chapped lips, you better than me.
Yeah, you were giving me crap right now because I was throwing on chapstick before we started the show. And I was like, have you not been outside? It's like the driest, coldest weather of all time. Especially yesterday. That wind was no joke. It blew my dog over. She tipped like a cow.
If you out walking a small dog, a wind gust, not a good look for your dog.
So because it's been raining and I haven't been able to take my dog out to dog parks or really anywhere without her being a puddle of mud. There is a dog park in Little Italy that is turf. I don't like to go there because parking is awful. And they have the farmer's market, which creates more terribleness. But I was like, this dog needs to run, needs to go outside, needs to be off leash and do her thing. So I took her to this Little Italy dog park yesterday. Luckily, I found a spot right away. But I got to pay, $1 or $2 still, whatever.
So get in the dog park?
To park on the street in Little Italy.
Oh.
2-hour parking or whatever.
That's true.
So I take her there, and there's one other dog. And this dog is one of those like skinny, very agile German Shepherd types, like not full-on canine German Shepherd, but like smaller, more quicker. And those dogs and her, they always seem to play very, very well. And nobody cares about this, but she was already on high alert because of the wind. My dog was like, what is this? Because it's like, you could see her fur just like getting pushed back, it was that windy. And like, I think the dog like barely tapped her and she rolled like a bundle of haystacks, dude. Just boom, 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 boom. And I was like, dang, it's that windy out here. So I feel you, Browner. I feel you very much. But I wanted to start somewhere completely different.
Do it.
And Jason, you weren't here yesterday. So you were not part of this. But yesterday, I aired the video of Scott's daughter who stormed the court after Boise State's win over San Diego State.
Shame on her.
And we ridiculed Boise.
No,
Because
you did. No, you did. You did.
I ridiculed Boise. 1, because I'm a hater. 2, because I'm a San Diego State alum. 3, because Boise has owned San Diego State, it feels like. I don't know the exact numbers, but it feels like. But I still didn't see why a team that has dominated San Diego State would rush the court. And we were the most popular clip in all of Boise, Idaho yesterday.
No
the amount
way.
of people that have replied to the one tweet I put out, and I labeled it, "Do the Aztecs own the Mountain West so much that just by beating them, schools are storming the court?" Boise didn't win a championship, clinch attorney berth yesterday. Pretty lame. That was my assault on Boise State.
Okay, not terrible.
I didn't call them clowns. I didn't call them
No.
losers. I mean, I think that.
I think
but
you
I
made a
didn't call
good
them that.
observational kind of
Right.
quip.
Right. And I would say 95% of the replies came from Boise, Idaho, saying how much of losers we are for having kids, for criticizing kids for having fun, which is what Browner was saying.
Right.
Like,
Why you sweep me into that?
That's what led, because people don't watch the clip. People just see the caption, and then they attack. That's social media. Browner was like, "Do your thing. You're in college. Go get the natties." And then we started going into talking about Borgs and beer bongs and everything else that you do in college. And it is pretty freaking funny because I just didn't expect any sort of reaction coming from Boise. But for whatever reason,
you got ratioed.
People hate us. People hate us. We are podcast enemy number 1 in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah,
that's good, man. That's good. It's good to start a little rivalry up there. Let them know, have them come back for some more during football season next year, and then basketball season.
Give me some replies. Hey, look, people of Boise, I never been. I got to tell y'all, I don't want no smoke with y'all. All right, I'm good. I said it was cool. Y'all got to follow through, okay, kids? Don't be lazy, kids. Watch the clip. It's not that long. Okay, we cut it down for kids with no attention spans. Y'all can finish the clip.
From a guy named Riley. "Sorry we offended you guys. Didn't know celebrating a big win was such a negative. Y'all must be the saddest trio in the world, clowns." From the Buccos are Bronkin. "It was a ranked win on senior night, you effing bozos. Your awful take reeks of old man screams at clouds. If you knew ball at all, you'd know this Q1 would all but seal Boise's berth in the dance." The drunk waitress, "Actually, Boise doesn't give an S about SDSU. The court storming was about something else." I found out that this was like Boise's first win against a ranked opponent in maybe ever.
Yeah.
Which is like sad for them, but still, whatever. Just lots of crying.
And the way and I think just the way they came back and the way like that kid just kind of took over. What was his name?
All I know is that we choked that one away.
Yeah, and so
I'm not going to give Boise any credit for that one.
Well, I'm just saying,
when you go 14-0, when you don't score a single point in the final 5 minutes of a game,
right?
That's on us.
Exactly. So it was that kind of I think that kind of a win at the end of the day, and like you said, ranked opponent. It gives them a shot. It was a perfect storm for one of those kind of head scratching. Why are they storming the court? That's kind of it's kind of like everybody reacting to a no-hitter on a one-hitter. Like if a guy threw a complete game one-hitter and the catcher came out and jumped up and wrapped his arms around him, it's kind of like, oh, all right. Well, it's a great defeat, but it's, you don't have to jump up and hug me.
I don't have an issue. I'm not this old man that thinks storming the court is lame. And I think people thought that from whatever. I like storming courts. Right. I'm all about storming courts. I'm not like Coach K. Man. I'm not Coach K that's like, these kids are going to get hurt. Right. You need to be careful with my kids because they're going to get hurt if you run. No, rush the court for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Has San Diego State fans rushed the court before for something as small as beating a ranked opponent? Probably. But it happened
And they were
yesterday,
ranked
and that's
22?
It's
It's not
top of
like
mind.
you're knocking off
My
the top
profile
10.
picture is of me on the court after rushing it
Yeah.
on Twitter. Like after the Aztecs beat New Mexico in this probably the best basketball game I've ever been to in my life, but they won the Mountain West at that point. Like that's all I'm saying is like, oh, you beat a ranked opponent, cool. But this isn't like when San Diego State beat Kansas in Kansas. This is a conference opponent that you are now 4-1 in the last 5 is what Boise fans are telling me. So that's all I was saying, that I was like, okay, I guess we are that good now, San Diego State, that just by beating us, it's an open invitation to rush the court. That is all I was saying. I was trying to prop up San Diego State while propping down Boise State. Does that make sense?
I think they just took it as the prop down.
Yeah. So rush the court all you want, you bozos. If you win your Thursday game in Vegas, go ahead and rush the court. Go ahead. Since I'm not here to stop the fun, Browner. It's Vegas. Storm the court and go out and get hammered on the strip. Let's go.
Listen, old man, what's your problem? Don't be trying to pretend now like, oh, I'm for court storming. You worked yesterday. When the people came after you on the internet, now you for court storming. Come on, man.
I still think what Boise did was lame.
The kids bullied you. The kids bullied you into being for court storming.
I still think what Boise State fans did was absolutely, positively on the lame side.
You will
never get me off
young punks.
In general, last night too, I saw TCU storm the court because they beat Texas. TCU was ranked 22nd. Texas ranked 8th. Like, did TCU win the Big 12? I don't know. I didn't look it up, but I don't care. All I'm saying is for this particular moment, Bronco fans, pretty lame.
Who you be.
You know I hate Boise State, right, Brown?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should storm the court after every win, because then the storming of the court leads directly out of the arena into a party. Period. I don't care who you're playing. Every game you win, you storm the court, and then everybody who stormed the court, you storm the bar. Boom. Party's way crazy after you storm the court. A lot of energy. You just keep that energy moving. Y'all don't know how to get down. Come on, man. Don't be an old man, bro.
Yeah, well, Boise can storm courts while San Diego State cuts nets. That's my reply.
Here we go. Don't lose to them again.
What?
Don't lose to them again.
Don't come at me with the whole we thing when we join the Big 12 or the Pac-12, right?
I told you, when you do, I will have no
right
shame
now, you can
in
take
calling
that
it a week.
Chicago White Sox hat off and put on a blue Boise hat. That's all I hear.
Listen. San Diego State get in the Pac-12 or the Big 12 or the whatever the other thing is called. It's a we. Right now, it's a them. They. When they get in, it's relationship words. We, us.
You hear this? You hear this, Jay? This is what stuff I got to deal with.
We, us.
Jason's on my side. He thought it was pretty lame too.
I mean, I just think for that instance, it's kind of like, kids, have fun, kids. Do whatever. Be college. I get it. I'm not trying to, but I mean, it's kind of like, it's popping champagne. It was like when the Yankees a few years ago beat Minnesota in that one game play-in, and they popped champagne afterwards. It's like, you're the Yankees. This is a one game play-in. You're going to play in the divisional round series now. You just beat the Twins, who your third baseman makes more money than their whole team. What are you popping champagne for? Take it easy.
Yeah, well, don't get me started on baseball celebrations after every single round. They act like they win the World Series every single round.
I get a division title after 162 games. I get a league championship series and a World Series because it's such a long season, and you did win your division, and you did win your pennant, and you did win a World Series. But a wild card clinch, a play-in round clinch. Come on, man.
Beating a conference opponent, who you've won the last 5.
It'd be one thing if San Diego State was a top 10. They're barely a top 25.
Whoa. Well, 18 is not barely.
Well, okay. They're barely a top 20, and they just kind of clawed their way into the rankings later in the year. It wasn't like they've been some perennial.
We've been in and out all year. We were preseason.
Oh, now you're treating me like a Boise fan.
Yeah. Well, you're acting like a Boise fan right now. I'm just kidding. No, you're actually helping my point, but you're also backhanding complimenting.
Well, what I'm saying is okay, it'd be one thing if they were, sizzling all year and in the top 10, and you'd be, oh my God. And they did blow a lead late in the game. And this kid did throw in shots all over the place. So there was a lot of reason to get that kind of snowball of excitement, so to speak. But I still think storming the court was a little like, oh, come on, take it easy. It's a little too much.
I'm going to use Browner's words. Do better.
Do better.
Do better.
Facts.
Do better. Storm the court next Saturday when you win the Mountain West. Go for it.
Is that a challenge? Are you challenging them?
But yeah, I fully expect it to be San Diego State versus Boise State on Saturday in the Mountain West Championship.
You know what I'm upset about? There was no one that a certain Kaplan was not in the comments defending us. So we need to take that up with her.
Well, it's her fault. She sent the video. I never would have.
Yeah.
I never would have seen, because I didn't see it anywhere but the video that Scott sent me. It's Jillian's fault. She's the one that sent the video. I started talking trash to Scott immediately about his daughter. I didn't even realize when he put it that way. I guess I was like talking trash about his daughter to him, but I was like, still pretty lame. And listen, you're a 21-year-old kid. You don't care about basketball all that much. You're going in there for the Borgs and for the Natties, like you said. But it's her fault that this whole thing started, and it's her fault we're enemy number one. And when I say we, no one is defending Browner from Boise, so we are all lumped in this together. You're welcome, Browner.
True, man. That's true. Look at that. Just the gravity of your old manness has got me in this. Now I'm an old man too because of you. Thanks for nothing.
Yep. So, anyways, I wanted to start there. I wanted to address the situation in the situation room between us and Boise State fans. I'm glad that they hate us because I don't like them. So there you go. They get way too much credit in football for one bowl game victory 20 years ago.
Wow. Now you're doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fact. It is a fact. They have been living off that bowl win for 20 years, their football program. San Diego State has been a much better football program overall since that bowl win. So I think that I am bitter about that. I still think that San Diego State is a better overall sports athletic department. When you're talking about the two major sports in basketball and football, San Diego State's more accomplished, even though, yes, we still don't have this signature moment in the tournament. All I'm saying is what I just said, Browner. I don't like Boise. I think they have taken over what used to be the rivalry against BYU is now the rivalry with Boise, especially since their basketball program is up and coming. And their football program has always gotten a lot of credit that I don't think they deserve.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know it was this deep. I knew it was
I walked
a little
around.
bit.
I was date night last night. Date night last night, and I proudly wore my San Diego State Aztec hat all around this city. And if I ever go to Boise, I would gladly wear black and red throughout that city too.
Wow.
You hear me, Boise? You hear me?
Wow.
Alex came with a chip today, didn't he? A chip on his
I
shoulder.
see.
Today, boy.
I see.
Should be storming my court. Anyways, yes, we will. That's our Aztec talk for today. It wasn't even any Aztec talk. They do wrap up the season on Saturday, senior night, against the worst team in the Mountain West. So they go out, hopefully, with a win, and they clinch the regular season championship by themselves. Because as much as Boise storming the court may lead you to think that they did something, they still haven't clinched a championship share. San Diego State has. San Diego State is the 1 seed next week in the Mountain West tournament. We will talk about next, though, report card season. It's my favorite story that the NFL has ever produced. And it's not even the NFL. The NFLPA produced a report card where players graded their own organization, from facilities to locker rooms to strength staff to medical staff to diets to travel, basically everything but the on-field stuff, all the stuff we love to talk trash about the Chargers about. They just gifted it to us on a silver platter. I'll explain why coming up. Fernando Tatis, Browner, you must hate this. In that first start in right field today. Says he's 100% healthy and ready to go. Fernando Tatis made his debut in right field. Not his debut, he's played there before. A story that no one's talking about, that I think we're all going to be talking about very soon. Bally Sports, where the Padres air their games, that's going to change. I am convinced that these RSNs are going under. MLB is going to take control, and I have no idea what that's going to look like, and it's going to impact all of us. We are all going to have to find a new way to watch Padres baseball. I am declaring that now. Lakers get a win without Anthony Davis, and something that me and Browner yelled at each other about, why did Anthony Davis not play last night? We got an
Great
answer.
question.
We got an answer. Kevin Durant made his debut last night. Talk about all that and much more. We got highlight of the day. I think we're going to check in with Dr. Maxey over at iThrive if he has time because you're so busy. We are brought to you guys by the 7 Mile Casino, just minutes away from downtown San Diego, with all of your favorite table games. We have a big event coming up. I think in May, early May. It was supposed to be March, but certain people weren't available to do certain things that day. So I think are looking at an early date in May. Now with the Sammy's Restaurant Bar, we got so much fun stuff coming up with us and 7 Mile Casino. So we will keep you guys all informed. But for now, 7milecasino.com. Go check them out. Go play all your favorite table games and check out Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Ask for the Browner. See if they give you an espresso martini. If not, maybe eventually they will, because I think we're getting close to it being called the Browner. When we come back, we will talk about these report cards from the NFLPA and a certain little team 90 minutes up north failing. Kaplan and Crew, kaplanandcrew.com.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
I would like to say welcome to the River Road African American Museum. What we do here at the River Road African American Museum is connect the past to the present.
Our museum was founded in 1994 by my sister Kathy Hamburg and our family to actually talk about the history along the river here in South Louisiana. We've been around for about 29 years here in the Donaldsonville and Ascension Parish area, and has become one of the premier museums for the state of Louisiana when it comes to African American history.
When you think about Black history, what we want you to understand is that this is more than Black history. This is Louisiana history.
Sponsored by The Barnes Firm. Proud to support Black History Month. Car crash? Call 1-800-8-MILLION for a free consultation.
When someone you know has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, things can progress very quickly, making them feel hopeless. But it doesn't have to be like this.
See, Mom, this place is going to be great for you. They're going to help you breathe better.
Pulmonary rehabilitation at La Mesa Rehab focuses on patient education and training. We use special therapies to improve your lungs, clear out mucus, and keep you out of the hospital. Pulmonary rehab is Medicare approved. Call now to see if you qualify, or ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew. And with me right now is Rick Slider. He's the CEO of MedCline, which, by the way, is a pillow that is going to change your life. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you right now. Rick, how you doing, man? Where do we find you today?
Scott, great to talk to you. I'm in sunny San Diego, a place you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah, I'm glad it's sunny out. I see the Padres stuff right over your head. That looks pretty cool. And some Beastie Boys. You got some cool stuff behind you.
We had a different sports team up on the wall for a while that had to be taken down, say half dozen years ago. But the Padres still flies prominently on the wall.
I love it, man. Hey, if you could, while we have this time together, can you tell everybody the backstory of MedCline and how you guys have become such a big San Diego company selling all over the world, and what the deal is with the MedCline systems?
Sure. MedCline started here in San Diego, started by a radiologist whose primary practice was at UCSD. And he was a longtime sufferer of heartburn and acid reflux. Tried everything, tried diet changes, was taking medication, proton pump inhibitors or PPIs that a lot of people take. But he was looking for a natural way to reduce his heartburn symptoms. And he found through trial and error that when he slept in an incline and when he slept on his side, his heartburn and acid reflux symptoms would dissipate. Because he's a doctor, he wanted to make sure that this just wasn't by chance. And so he set up some clinical studies using a system that he designed and patented. We got clinical trial results, found that there was a strong reduction in the esophageal acid that would take place during the night, reducing his symptoms. And with that, decided to create a product called MedCline and commercialized it a few years ago. And that is really how our company began, with his personal desire to stop his heartburn and reflux symptoms.
That's amazing. It really is amazing. Like when you have something wrong, you're like, I'm going to fix this problem. But you know what's amazing to me is that acid reflux is a problem that obviously a lot of people have. But for me, I have shoulder pain, chronic shoulder pain from the way I sleep, because I sleep with my arm over my head and then my pillow in between. So when I got my first MedCline, I didn't realize there's the reflux relief pillow, but there's the shoulder relief pillow. And it's completely changed everything for me. My shoulder pain has gone so far down because I'm no longer sleeping like this. I'm like underneath. And tell me about the shoulder pillow, please.
Sure. First of all, I'm so glad to hear that it's working for you. That's fantastic. Secondly, as we brought MedCline to the marketplace, we found that there were a number of individuals that benefited from therapeutic side sleeping beyond just those suffering from heartburn or GERD. And the primary use is for shoulder pain. And the reason I think people like you have been so comfortable with the MedCline is because of our patented arm pocket. When you try and sleep on your side and you have shoulder pain, you run the risk of your shoulder getting frozen, exacerbating pain that you might be feeling, whether it's due to rotator cuff, general shoulder soreness. And so our incline has a patented arm pocket that allows you to either rest comfortably on your elbow or to slide through, sounds like what you do, slide your arm through the system so you can stay at an elevation and sleep comfortably on your side throughout the night. And today, here in 2023, our shoulder product is actually our top seller. It surpassed those that suffer from heartburn and acid reflux, simply because there's more people with shoulder injuries across the country. And we're glad that we're able to help you out.
It's awesome. Hey, we don't have a lot of time, but in the last minute, would you just tell everybody how The MedCline products, though, have gone viral, particularly on TikTok. Just give us like a 30 or 60 seconds about what has happened.
You know, I'd love to say that I'm a marketing genius here, Scott, but really it's just about excited consumers sharing the benefits they get of MedCline. And it's amazing what happens when people finally can get a good night's sleep, how they're so excited to share that information. And recently, we've always been a part of social media, but recently we've kind of found a niche within TikTok. I didn't know that healthy sleep TikTok was a subgenre, but it really is. And with a few different posts, we've seen over just in the last 30 days, over 10 million people exposed to our MedCline products. So we're excited about the virality that this has created. I think it's in part because we have a 95% customer satisfaction rate. We know we can help people get a good night's sleep. It does take a while to adjust and sleep differently. But we're excited to see kind of the viral nature of our product grow, and we're excited to help out as many customers as possible.
It's awesome. I want to encourage everybody who's watching right now, go to medcline.com, medcline.com. Look at the different products. Know you're supporting a San Diego company. And I encourage everybody, sleep better with our friends from MedCline.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and find your big fitness energy in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone. Deal in soon. See Home Club for details.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Kaplan and Crew. Just the crew. Alex Padilla, John Browner, Jason Lawhead with you guys today. And we are done hating on Boise for now. Now we're going to switch our hatred towards something else. But for now, let me tell you guys that we are brought to you by Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. I bought my new automobile from Penske San Diego. And what did I do? I went to PenskeSanDiego.com. I clicked through all of the dealers that they had. I clicked through all of their inventory that they currently have out on their lots. I picked 2 cars that I liked. I sent it over to the GM. He had both cars pulled up at the front. So I got there, checked both cars out, left with 1, didn't leave with 2, but I did leave with 1. It was a very smooth, very easy, and they were very personable over at Penske San Diego. So check them out, PenskeSanDiego.com. If you're looking to buy, sell, trade in a car. Fellas, we just talked about the report cards that were handed out by the NFLPA. What are we talking about, though? What do you mean report cards? So the NFLPA surveyed, I believe, was like 1,500 or something like that. A lot of players about the current state of their organizations. And by that, I mean, hey, how's your locker room? How's your training facilities? How's your weight rooms? How's your cafeteria? How is it to travel with the team? Hey, when you do go on game days, how do they treat your families? Is there places for their kids to be? That blah, blah, blah. So they literally just asked them to grade like a report card. A, B, C, D, F. Did they pass? Did they fail? Are they okay? And this was very eye-opening, but nothing new if you are a hater or fan of the C words. Now, Browner, you never defend the Spanos family. I do give you credit on that. You're a Herbolt #1. You're a Charger supporter, pusher, bandwagoner, whatever you want to call yourself. But one thing you never have done on the show is defend the Spanos family.
Correct.
And I think that we are all going to be on the same page here. So let's jump on board and talk about the report card that the Chargers received from the NFLPA. Now, did you guys did you guys even pay attention to the story? I found it fascinating to see not only what the Chargers got, but what like the Vikings got. I was very curious.
This was one of my favorite things the NFL has ever put out when it comes to a piece of coverage. Because my favorite thing about this wasn't the media voting. This wasn't like a mixture of some like talking heads. This is the players telling you, guys who are in the buildings, guys who play for these organizations, what they think about the teams. Oh my God. This blew my mind. I mean, you knew that there were some organizations that were ran poorly, but so many teams got an F minus, by the way, an F minus in nutrition. Okay?
Yeah.
An F minus in nutrition.
So
what?
Let me read you guys the rankings of teams and how they ended up performing. I'll just read it from the bottom because that's what we're going to focus on here. The top is the Vikings. Nobody cares. The Vikings treat their team incredible. They got A's all across the board. Numero uno. Raiders #2, I think. And I don't remember the third team. But this is what people care about. And I find it fascinating who's number 29, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but coming in at dead last on the NFLPA report card, the Washington Commanders.
No.
Shocker.
Shocked. No. This one, I don't know if it's the stadium getting the Super Bowl every 5 years that maybe that's why we think that this team is run better. But the Arizona Cardinals being ranked 31st was shocking to me. Absolutely shocking. I've never seen pictures of their facility. I've never heard anything about their facility or anything that I've never really heard anything bad about the way the team is run. But for them to be 31st was very, very eyebrow raising to me. I don't know about you guys. Coming in at number 30, the Los Angeles Chargers at number 30. Dino. Hey, at least you beat 2 teams.
True.
You weren't the worst.
I was gonna say you probably moved up.
Weren't the worst. Then we're not going to focus on this, but I do find this incredibly fascinating. Kansas City Chiefs are ranked 29th.
You know, someone on this show says that they're not that awesome of an organization. Someone who's not here today.
The Kansas City Chiefs, they got a B for treatment of families. They got a D+ in the food service and nutrition, a C+ for their weight room, an A- for their strength coaches. And by the way, 30 of 32 teams gave their strength coaches a B or A. The Ravens, they're a mess right now, and I forget the other team.
The internet players are on the internet saying that the Ravens trainers had cost them careers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multiple players, not like one guy who was disgruntled. Like
Rashad
4 or
Bateman,
5
right?
guys.
Rashad Bateman
it's like
is currently tweeting.
Yes.
Rashad Bateman is currently tweeting because the general manager for the Ravens was talking about how they don't have
Wide
good receivers.
Yeah.
And Rashad Bateman's tweeted, How about you play to your player's strength and stop pointing the finger at us and number 8. Blame the one you let do this. We take heat 24/7 and keep us healthy. Care about us and see what happens. So the Ravens actually fired their strength and conditioning staff because of both teams that got lower than a B fired their strength and conditioning staff. But the training room in Kansas City, D+, the training staff, D-, the locker room, D-, and team travel, F. Find that very, very surprising. But let's get into the team that people here want to poop on today. And that's your Browner, LA San Diego Chargers. For treatment of families, they get a D-. Let's just go through it all. I have the full on report card.
I love the treatment of families being bad for so many teams.
The treatment of families, they get a D-, tied for 27th in the league. They do offer daycare on game days. They are one of 14 teams that do not offer a family room at the stadium. There you go. Food service. Now, we've heard of this before, and I'm not talking trash about our boy Sean Walchef, but I do remember when they were in San Diego, their cafeteria was a tent outside.
True.
That would be catered by different companies every single day. They got an F. They were ranked 29th. 0% of players say there's enough room in the cafeteria. The locker room.
Can I just say this? Go back.
Yeah.
When it comes to food, you're in Los Angeles. Some of the best restaurants, some of the best chefs in the world are in Los Angeles. So you mean to tell me, just for sheer exposure, you can't get a bunch of one chef a week to come in there and hook these dudes up and let them know, hey, I got a restaurant over here somewhere. I got way more where this came from. You guys should come by. Like, what? Yeah. What?
I remember back when we were on radio, and we interviewed LaDainian Tomlinson when he came back to the Chargers and kind of made amends with the Spanos family. This is after his tenure in New York, where he ended up getting a Jets tattoo on his calf. So we interviewed him, and he talked about how eye-opening it was to leave San Diego and the old Murphy Canyon facilities that were over there off the 15. I don't know if you guys ever went there.
Yeah, I have.
They had box TVs in the locker room still when they left in 2017. They had an outdoor tented cafeteria. This was not a state-of-the-art facility by any means. So LaDainian Thompson went to New York, and he specifically mentioned the food and how in New York, and by the way, the Jets, not that great. They were ranked 19th. But still, the difference between going to San Diego and New York, he said the food, everybody's got their own diet plan. There's nutritionists. There's a full-on cafeteria with food for you. He very much was talking about how big of a difference the facilities in New York and the food specifically was. Like I said, not talking trash about what the Chargers used to do here, but nothing's changed in LA. I find that very fascinating, like Browner said. The locker room, D-, ranked for 28th. 67% of players feel like they have enough space, but the complaints were lack of privacy and limited number of showers, which causes a very long wait. I also want to remind everybody listening and watching right now on our YouTube or Mightier 1090, the Chargers are currently in an office building behind an IKEA off the 405 freeway. So I remember when Kobe was alive and he had an office for his production. I don't know if that office is still there. They shared an office with Kobe. It was in the same building. So I understand, and I know Charger fans I know some of you still watch, plenty of you still watch, like they do in Boise. And they are going to tell us, well, the new facility is opening in El Segundo in 2024. Sure, but it's not here. It's not 2024 yet. You've been there for 6 years, 6 seasons. This is the way that the players get treated. You're in an office building behind an IKEA, and you share it with Kobe's old production. It's not even your own office. So
and the place you're breaking ground on that you're telling people are going to be so awesome, you won't own that either.
Right. So I don't know how much control you have over that, but yeah, you're not going to own the space. Training staff, C-. One of the they were ranked 30th, one of the lowest ranked training staffs in the league. The Chargers have parted ways with their head trainer, who I believe was there for 20 years, by the way.
Yeah.
As if puncturing Tyrod Taylor's lung wasn't enough. They didn't fire him until this year.
It took the best grade of all their grades. It took the best grade of any category for them to fire that guy.
Well, I didn't actually post their best grade. They got
okay, because so far the travel. C- has been their best grade.
Well, let's go to weight room. Also a C-, tied for 27th.
It's
a converted office building.
Did they all get fired?
The weight room people?
Yeah.
No, they like their strength staff. They're one of the teams. Players do not feel like there's enough room to do what they need. 85% feel they have enough strength coaches, which is the third lowest in all of football. Here is where they get their lowest grade. F- for a training room. Staffing. 89% feel like they have enough trainers. 57% feel like they have enough personal trainers. Third worst in the league. One of 4 teams that does not provide a steam room.
Wow.
One of 6 teams that does not provide a sauna. One of 2 teams that does not offer both. So I think it's them and the Commanders. The tubs. 33% of players feel they have enough hot tub space, which is ranked 29th. 33% of players feel they have enough cold tub space, which is 31st. The players feel like they are poorly maintained, quote, gross. Hot tub is often broken, and cold tub is often not cold.
It's like the Major League, the movie Major League.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? They were literally purposely doing all this stuff to make the team lose. That was a whole scene in the movie, was ruin all of that. The tubs, the travel.
Here's my favorite part, and it goes to the Major League part. Obviously, none of the players thought that the Major League owner was going to come in and spend money on them. She was trying to make them lose.
Right.
50%, only 50. Well, I guess only because you'll see why. 50% of Charger players think that Dean Spanos will invest to improve the facilities. What does that rank? 30 of 32. Only half your team thinks that your owner is not cheap enough to improve after this report card.
That's not good
at all, dude. Imagine the people beating them.
25
the people,
plus guys.
The people who he is beating in this category. Why would you sign with that team? Period. If I'm a free agent and anybody in the 30s, you're out. You're out. You're out. I can get that money somewhere else or close enough to it where an F, to have your nutrition be an F. What do you do? It's just bars, fruit juice. What do you mean? What you get an F in nutrition? Y'all out of smoothies? What do y'all got on fruit?
They don't offer smoothies. About?
That's the problem. The vending machine's empty. They took my $1. Well,
I gotta pay a quarter for a bottle.
I gotta shake the vending machine just to get a Mountain Dew out.
Dude, they say the Cardinals take money out of your contract for the food that you eat in their cafeteria.
Oh my God.
What in the hell are you talking about? If I'm a 7th round draft pick and I haven't even gotten paid yet, I'm stealing food. I'm stealing food. I'm not swiping no card. Man, give me these apples. What are you talking about? This is the NFL. You know what kind of food they got at Alabama, bro?
You want to hear hear some crazy though? So the Chargers, if you go on NFLPA.com and just take a look at the entire report card for every team, it's pretty fascinating.
I advise.
It's really fascinating. So the Chargers got an F in nutrition, but that's not the worst grade of teams in the league. The Arizona Cardinals got an F-. The Cincinnati Bengals got an F-, And the New Orleans Saints got an F-, all for nutrition.
And that's terrible for New Orleans. All the good food they have down there. Come on, man. Maybe that's why it's all fried oysters and a bunch of stuff.
Well, the Bengals have notoriously also been a poorly ran franchise.
Yes.
They just happen to have Joe Burrow now.
Yeah.
But the Bengals were down there for very, very, I mean, they think they still are as far, clearly. They got treatment of families, F, nutrition, F-, training room, D-, locker room, D. So the Bengals, like the Chiefs, I don't think it's as surprising to see the Bengals do that. The Chiefs does surprise me.
Bruh, the Cardinals have a F in the weight room. That's just buying weights. Like you're a professional football team. You have a F in lifting weights where the goal in football is to be stronger than the other guy. You don't even have proper weights.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, Arizona?
Could you
the
imagine
Bidwell family? What are you doing? You're paying a coach millions of dollars. You can't even buy weights.
You want to see how a real team is ran? You guys want to see how a real team is ran?
Oh, do not throw up the Vikings up here.
Look at this, Browner.
Oh, God.
You imagine if Justin Fields had this? He might actually be good.
Wow, really? 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 That's what you
I had to take my shot. I haven't taken my shot.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, if you're listening, the Vikings A-, A-, A+, A+, So there you go.
Ziggy, good job, Ziggy. I'll give you credit for that, Ziggy. You take care of your people. That's good. Hats off to you, man.
They also have like a brand new facility. Not the stadium,
Right.
like their facility is like brand new. So it makes sense that is. But it's really, honestly, if you take a look around and you're just like, you start reading, and every team's report card is out there. Like it's not just the Chargers. You can click on any team that you want. It's really fascinating to see.
Arizona got an F in the locker room. The Commanders got an F- in the locker room. Like, bro,
could you Arizona being a pro football you imagine being a pro football player, and I know the Chargers are one of two. I don't know who the other one, but not being able to take a steam or a sauna, like I there's not a sauna or a steam room I can take.
Miami had to me, I think Miami had the best report card. I know the Vikings had all A's. Miami had 1 C, and that's in treatment of families, which again, what are we doing here? Everything else, Miami A or A+. So good on the Dolphins, good on that crooked ownership. Again, at least they take care of their people. You can take care of your own family. We pay you a lot of money.
The top ranked teams were the Vikings, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Texans, and Cowboys. Top 5 right there. And if Scott were here, he can give you more specific details about other facilities. I've only been to the Chargers one. I can imagine the Rams also not being great because they're like in like trailers behind Cal Lutheran University and they're ranked 25th. So they're not doing great either. But Scott has been inside the Green Bay facility and he's come back and he's talked about this before on the old radio show. I think even this show, Browner, like just the facilities in Green Bay are just next level. And they're the 6th ranked team in all of football, according to the survey. But yeah, dude, this is the best. They got to do this every year. Like they got to do this every year.
Oh.
I need this every year during Combine Week.
Yes.
Give me the NFLPA team report card and put owner on there while you're at it. Because it's anonymous. It's not like, Keenan Allen filled this out and we know what Keenan gave the Chargers. You know what I mean? It's completely anonymous by the NFLPA. Put the owner on there. I want to see what report card, letter grade an owner would get. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are responsible. They're the ones signing the checks. They're the ones saying yes or no. When you're in a facility like the Commanders, you could walk around and be like, this place sucks. Like you don't have to be a professional athlete to tell you this weight room for a team of 56 big old dudes, this weight room sucks.
This is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't do this every year, shame on you, NFLPA. Like if I were the owners, I would be like, don't you ever put this out again. What's wrong with you?
Well,
like
if NFLPA don't work for the owners, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
If I were the team owner, if I was Ziggy Wolf, I'd be like, yo, man, good job, you guys. I'm glad you guys were able to chart the player experience.
Yeah.
If I'm the Cardinals, I'm like, dude, what are y'all doing? Y'all trying to hurt us?
By the way, the Cardinals, real quick, because we got 60 seconds here. Because Commanders make sense, right? Chargers make sense. The Cardinals, F for treatment of families, F- for nutrition, F- for the weight room, A for the strength staff, F- for the training room, B+ for the training staff, and F for the locker room. They got 4 Fs or lower.
Oh, that's
Incredible.
impressive.
That's not even a 2.0 GPA. They would have no eligibility in college. Like, they're awful.
They be on probation.
Oh, that's crazy. Crazy to me. When we come back, a little bit more Charger talk. Browner, your general manager, very confident that Justin Herbert going nowhere. Also, the relative, Keenan Allen, not going anywhere. Surprised? We'll talk about that next when we come back. This is Kaplan and Crew, kaplanandcrew.com.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
This is a huge wall. I'm sure it presented some challenges.
You're right, Sarah. And what it was in the model we noticed there was too much wood. This was supposed to be clad. And with the beautiful stairs and railings, we realized that we need to come up with a different finish. So we used these reglets that are metal with the drywall, and it gave it this grid look that also matches up with the beams.
Wow, that came out beautiful. If you want to see how they conquered more design challenges, check out Our Family, Your Home.
Sponsored by The Barnes Firm. Proud to support Black History Month. Car crash? Call 1-800-8-MILLION for a free consultation.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew Tonight here on Cox Your View. Just want to tell everybody that Cox TV home base throughout Southern California, but you can get us on radio on 1090, you can get us on our YouTube channel, all the different audio podcast platforms. And I want to say thank you very much to a San Diego-based company that's selling all over the world. That's MedCline, MEDCLINE, medcline.com. They're going to change the way you sleep. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.